Hello, so in my last video I covered me DJing at Nottingham Contemporary for DJ Yoda, and a lot of people have commented and I've had some great likes, and thank you so much for that. Really positive reaction. Now, a lot of people have asked me, how do you DJ? What is the setup, kind of what's going on here? Because they couldn't really see it there. So I'm going to go into detail on how I set it up, and I've got a little treat to tell you about later on. So this is the Commodore Amiga. Now I use this and it has 4-channel sound. It does 8-bit and it's pretty awesome. Really nice old school machine. They made a lot of jungle on this. They made a lot of drum and bass. They did some house and stuff. I think Calvin Harris did his first album on one of these. You know, there was quite a lot of people using Amigas. And all I've done to change this is put an SD adapter in there. So I've got a little 32 gig SD card in here. I've flashed it with an image and I've loaded up this custom software which is called PT1210, PT1210, which I use. And you can load it from disk, but I prefer to have it on the hard drive because you can fit a lot more tunes on it. So this is an unexpanded Amiga 1200, so it's got no fancy memory or anything. That is 2 megabytes. That's all you need. Now, the controls are up here. So these are the functions for looping and stuff like this. This changing the start position. You can do like 32 bar loop, 16 bar loop, 8 bar, but also you can select the tunes using these, change the beats per minute. You've also got 4 options there to take in and out the channels. So the best way to DJ with this is in battle mode. And you remember the old school hip hop DJs or reggae DJs used to have their turntables in battle mode when they were DJing, and it was quite good for scratching as well. So like any DJ, you have to have a mixer. So we've got a turntable one here, we've got a mixer. Now this is just a cheap old mixer designed to go between 2 channels. So we have that in the middle. This is the start of the 8-bit DJ setup. Now for turntable 2, we have this. Now it looks a bit different because it's in a fancy case, but it's no different at all. It's exactly the same. SD card in with pretty much exactly the same image as well, because it's important to have the same tunes on each one, because these little bad boys are prone to crashing. So imagine you had like a really good mix that you were about to bring in and then it crashed. You'd have to either loop that tune that you were mixing in or something to kind of salvage it. So having the same sets on both ones makes it a lot easier. So first thing we need to do is power. Now we have, oh god, these heavy bad boys. These are the Commodore power supplies. Now they were complete crap. They were basically blasted with plastic inside with a circuit board, fireproof plastic, and they're very heavy. They're pretty unreliable, so I've had them on the floor sometimes when they've got really warm. I've been DJing, I've kicked it with my foot and it's crashed the whole system. You really need to watch out for that, even though crashes are good to have because it kind of adds to the vibe. If you're an old school DJ, you've got to have a few crashes here and there. So let's get these bad boys plugged in. Okay, so how do I hook up my Amigas to the mixer? Now this is a lot more complicated than you actually thought. So a lot of people think, oh, it's phono to phono. So I just get my phonos, stick them in the Amiga, stick them inside the mixer, and then we're all good to go. That is not the case because the Amiga splits the audio. Remember, you had audio separation. So left channel you'd hear maybe the drums, and right channel you'd hear the piano. That works in the headphones. But if you're trying to DJ mix, so you're trying to have 2 tunes playing at the same time, imagine having the drums off this and the drums off that in one ear or in separate ears, and the piano off that and some piano off that and the other. It's just, it creates a big mess, and when you're in like the kind of DJ mode, you're listening to stuff, oh, it just sounds awful. So I have a little trick to kind of save your brain. Now A lot of people don't know about this, but if you use the left output on the Amiga, it actually mixes the audio. Now, what you can use is one of these little bad boys, which is a Y splitter. So, these two will come out as mixed audio, which is really nice. So I put this in the left socket, plug those in, and then it should come in combined, which makes it a hell of a lot easier for DJing. And we do the same on the other deck. So I've got the left and right splitter, and just put it into the left socket here, and then have it going around to my line in. So we've got the audio sorted. We'll mainly get a master coming out of this mixer to your sound system or to whatever. But I've got to display something, you know. Vinyl, you can see the top, you can see where you put it in the grooves. You know, CDs, they have a little waveform at the kind of top, and you can see on a CDJ mixer. On these ones, I've got no visual output. Like, what the hell's going on? I can't pick a tune or anything. So I'll show you what I do, and it's a pretty neat solution. So what is the solution for video? The solution for video is this, and this is a in-car entertainment unit. So imagine kids would be in a car. They'd have like these on the back of the seats, and then they could watch a DVD movie or something. These are really cheap to get off eBay, and they're quite nice for displaying Amiga stuff. So you have kind of three inputs, one which would be audio, one for video, and then just your power supply. It's really easy to set up actually. You just have this little power supply there. But what we can also do is, you wouldn't think of this, but we can split the Amiga video signal as well. So using one of these Y splitters, the video signal will travel to there, but also can travel out to an SD to HD converter or whatever, and be basically projected in real time, or with a slight delay when it's kind of converting. So we go out the components on this, but I like to use these blue cables to always give you the option of splitting out. So as you can see, I've got it hooked up. I'm going to plug in the Amiga now, and you should be able to see a signal. Oh, actually, I think it's in the... there you go. It was in the wrong socket. They'd labelled it incorrectly. So I will show you how to set up the other one as well, because it's a bit of a different model. Now, one of mine broke. I used to have two of exactly the same setup, and they released this, which is a upgraded version. Now, the upgraded version is just a little bit flat screen. It's less... it's more LCD kind of style, but it has this weird connector. So what do? You of course do a bit of Ravi hacks, which is just awful, but it works. So it does exactly the same as on this side. So what you do is you select that. I won't use the Y splitter this time. Oh, I might as well. You have the audio coming, no, the video coming out of the Amiga, going onto an input, and then you have that hooking up. There you go, it's powered up, and I think I've probably got it plugged into the wrong one again. There we go. So I now have live video output of the Amiga stuff, and I can, you know, do whatever, go up and down. Let's select a tune, and that's Blue Monday, as you can hear. You can probably see it playing here and on the mixer. And that's it. That's my 8-bit DJ setup. So I have the audio all going into here, all nicely mixed in both ears. And I have the visual output coming here, but also options to go out and be projected on the screen. So you may wonder, why is he showing this setup as well? You know, is he just going to take it down afterwards? I'm not. I'm launching a new podcast, which is called the 8-Bit Mix, which is going to be out every month. And ta-da, this is the setup. This is the studio. So I will be live streaming on Saturday, and I'll put a link in the description at the bottom. It's going to be a monthly show. I'm going to be doing a mix of different styles. I haven't chosen the first style. Maybe acid house or speed garage, but I might also have guests on there. I'm going to do, 8-bit tune of the month, and that's the 8-bit mix. So check that out at 8bitmix.com. And also check out the Retro Hour, which is another podcast I'm on. Oh, but that one's weekly. So thanks for watching my video, and hopefully you'll be able to join me on the 8-bit mix.